Okay, Shadow of the Eagle, Battle of Medellin, 1809. So for any of the Shadow of the Eagle purist out there, you will note that I went ahead and pulled out some Labatai markers to help me. So route, then I'll use the disorder, Labatai disorder markers for the disorder, in place of the D markers, and that'll allow me to leave the D markers for that strange, I still call it strange, D result on the fire table. So that'll help a bit. And orders change. So we're at turn 4, and it's orders change, orders phase. Which, what are you doing? Are you doing anything more than changing orders? Yeah. Okay. Doesn't look like it. So Cuesta has his one order change per turn. What's the wording? The wording in the game-specific rules is and where is it? Maybe I should let me review this again. So Medellin 1809 exclusive rules. I'm gonna go through all there are no special shock troops. What that would be is that would be an infantry unit. That would be an infantry, I think. That would be an infantry unit with one dot in the lower right. And there are none of those in this game on either side. None at all. All Spanish cavalry is considered light cavalry. I've mentioned that a few times. French infantry units. Oh, this is something to remember. Wait a minute. So French infantry units, 9th line 1, 24th line 1, and 27th line 1. Oh, and the Volti, I'm sure that's Voltigeurs, unit. I saw that. Where is it? Those units are light infantry, and that brings me to a question of, there is light infantry in this game. As a matter of fact, let me mention something here. Here's a Spanish light infantry. This counter information is so small that image, that thing underneath the D, this is incredibly small, by the way, even if it looks good in the video. That tiny little thing below the D, when I first saw that, as I was sorting the counters the very first time, I thought that was just a blemish. I thought that was a blemish from the printing. Nope, that is actually your coronet for your light infantry. It is so minuscule, but yeah, that's light infantry. Here's the thing, though. I haven't seen a single thing in this game so far that distinguishes light infantry. Let me do one more check. Okay, stop the presses. This is even what I thought it was, but I did not see it the first few times reading through the rules. It was right there in front of me. Absolutely blind to it. Obviously, I thought infantry could form the guerrilla or skirmish formation. Which, by the way, why are there so... Anyways. No, it's light infantry. Obviously. Light infantry may assume a light skirmish formation. The guerrilla formation. Okay, so I'm going to switch some things. I'm going to find these French, which, by the way, I think it's a French, what do you call it? I don't know if it's a rata, but I think that the French blue is so dark, this is really way too dark. I don't know what this blue is supposed to represent, but I'm thinking that that tiny little blemish, if it's a black coronet, I mean, you're never going to see it. Of course, it should be white. But if they printed it in black by accident, if they printed it at all, maybe they forgot to print it at all. But the Spanish light infantry are marked. The 4 French light infantry are not. So I'm going to find them and I'm going to replace, because that guy way up there on the right flank and the far left flank, I set up infantry in that guerrilla formation. Obviously those need to be the light infantry, or I'll put them in a normal formation. I'll take them out of the guerrilla formation. So before I continue on and adjust the line, sure enough, the the black coronet symbol is actually there, and barely discernible. It is there though, but now I see why in the game rules. So that leads me to believe, since the black, well, no, it still could be either way. It still seems to me that that this was a printing error, that the blue is so dark, because this dark blue doesn't correspond to anything French Napoleonic I can think of. But no, the coronet symbol is there. It's just virtually impossible to see. So this is I think these are German Voltigeurs, I think. They were in the center of the line, so I'm going to leave them in the center of the line, but I'm going to put them in skirmish or guerrilla formation. I like guerrilla formation to kind of correspond to the, what do you call it, the period, context specific. Okay, so I'm going to look for the other 3 light infantry. Okay, so I put these guys, I put them back into normal formation on the flanks. So the German Voltigeurs in the center are, where is it? They are in guerrilla formation. Where is it? I thought we had. Somewhere I thought we had the. I guess it's probably not all the unit designations spelled out, but anyways, this one is the light infantry here, and there are 2 more back at Medellin. Some of these I can't even see the light infantry symbol, so this is almost something to write on a piece of scratch paper and have next to the map to remind you. But there are 4 French light infantry units. All right, moving on. Spanish all have attack orders, we know that. The 1st and 2nd French cavalry divisions, that's the front line there, have defense orders. The rest are without orders, we know that. We've already changed Villat's order to maneuver. Game scale, we've already talked about that. 25-meter hexes, 30-minute turns. Terrain, yes. The Guadiana, which is here, this river here, and there are a few branches of it. That's considered impassable except at bridges and fords. But the other rivers, the Ortiga, here's the Ortiga right here, and then there's the river, this one right here. That's the river Rucas. They may be crossed at the cost given in the terrain effects chart. Basically, it's extra, I think, a couple points to cross those rivers. Crests are treated as clear terrain except for line of sight, line of fire considerations. We've already kind of gone over that. All these crests are, I think, they're all very not steep. They're very gentle slopes, basically. Okay. Morale and organization, Spanish units. Oh yeah, the home bases for the Spanish units is Don Benito village, which again, those roads lead to the corner of the map, and in the corner of the map you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes of the town of Don Benito. Spanish cavalry units may use any friendly leader for reorganization purposes. Oh, that's good. Oh, so that guy, yeah, that cavalry didn't have to go, that cavalry doesn't have to go back to the village. He can go to any leader. Spanish cavalry units may use any friendly leader for reorganization purposes. French units' home base hexes are the road hexes north of the Guadiana River. Road hexes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's in the far, that corner of the map. So opposite of Don Benito, the Spanish base. Okay. Command radius for Spanish units is 3 hexes. I need to start watching that. Some of the units might be getting close to going beyond their command radius. French units have 4 hexes, but Lasalle and Marbourg in the front line, the cavalry formations there, it's 6 hexes. For changing orders, the divider is 2 for Spanish and 3 for French. Demoralization. There's a table. There's a table for demoralization, which is by division. Here's the table, demoralization levels. So the 1st Spanish Division, leaders Henestrosa, points 18, etc., etc. Victory. I'm not going to talk. There are no geographical objectives. That is interesting. We're all about, I think, demoralizing formations. I think that's the basic idea. Demoralizing formations.